Try and put you in the middle if that's all right.
Thanks.
Just want to be a bit more central that way. Everybody can have.
Sure.
Matthias from ITV News. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
It was described as a very frustrating season for you last year, and a lot of the post-race interviews we saw, I think that coming through from you because of your instincts to win and the fact that you felt that you weren't necessarily achieving what you wanted. Of course, coming second best isn't in your nature, and how frustrated and how determined are you to put that right this year?
Well, I'm not frustrated at all. I'm very clear in my thoughts, feeling very fresh after a great winter. Had a lot of time to reflect on the year that I had in the past, and try to jot down things that went wrong, things that I can improve on, and try to clarify those things in my mind. And I feel fresh going into this year. I feel revitalised. You know, it feels great to be back. The car looks good. The feeling of the team is good, and I don't have any issues. I don't feel I have any issues in my mind or any thoughts or doubts in my mind that I can go out there and do the job. I think I still have that list of things that I want to improve on, and there's still things that I'm working on ticking off. But I think I'm in the best shape that I've been in for a while. So hopefully that reflects on the year that I'm coming up.
Got to ask it because it's still on everybody's lips, of course, is the intrigue about the relationship that you and Jensen have and the competitive edge that there is there between the two of you. How big is that? How much do you want to be top dog here?
Well, I mean, me and Jensen, we have a great relationship. We work very hard, very closely together in the team. Last year, at the end of the day, I've always said that if he's doing a better job than me, he's doing a better job. I just want to do a better job. And last year, he did a fantastic job. He finished ahead. But there were a lot of things in my own mind and situation that I had that were getting in the way, and they're not in the way anymore. So that eases up the situation a lot more. So of course you want to be the guy in the lead, and I have every plan and intention to do that.
So Lewis, what are your first impressions of the car?
I think it looks really good. Of course, every year you come in, the car looks great, but generally it looks sleek, it looks refined. And you know, I pay a lot of attention to the car every year, how it's designed, and I think this year it just looks right. So let's hope that reflects in the way it drives. I said to Jensen that I hope it drives as well as it looks, because it does. Especially the Caterham, for example, there are a couple of other cars I think that have radical designs. We don't have a radical design. We just have a refined evolution of last year's car without the ugly L-shaped side pods. It looks like a normal racing car now, and it looks like it could be fast, so let's hope that that's the case on the track.
And you spoke of a list of things that you want to improve. Are you willing to tell us what's on that list?
I don't think it's necessary to list out what I have, explaining exactly what those are. I think everyone knows situations that I had, experiences I had last year. I think it's important just yourself, because everyone should evaluate themselves after a year, after a tough year, and you try and tick those things off and clarify those things in your mind. Make sure that you're fresh and you're clear in your mind going into the new year, knowing exactly what your goal is. And I only have one goal, and that's to win the World Championship.
In which area do you see the biggest improvement of the car? In quale parte della macchina hai visto I miglioramenti più grossi?
I think obviously because we've lost the downforce we had from the blown diffuser, but I think the rear of the car looks a lot more refined compared to last year. It's a lot tighter, a lot more narrow. The gearbox is situated, designed much better, and it's a lot sleeker at the back, which I think is going to enable us to have a lot more downforce than we had last year, just from that alone. So the baseline of the car, I think, is a good step higher than it was last year. And then from there, obviously with the advanced, with the rate of progress that we have in this team, I think there's no reason why we can't be competing for race wins from the get-go.
Lewis, what work's been done inside the team in your season to try to bring the fight to Red Bull from the get-go in Melbourne?
Well, the guys have been, as always in every team, the guys are working massively hard to understand where we went wrong and what can be improved. We've obviously got quite a few new members in the team. Obviously, the introduction of Sam Michael in the team, which has been fantastic for us, and new, fresh ideas and different perspectives of things that we do well, things that we don't do so well, and improving things that we don't do so well. But with the car, I think it's really been focused. They're focused very much on the foundation of the car in terms of downforce level. Last year we had downforce in the car, but I don't think the foundation of the car was the best. And this year we've tried to make sure we have a solid foundation which we can work on, so that we're not always catching up. Hopefully we'll find out when we get to the track next week whether or not that foundation is as strong as we hope. But I feel quite confident about it.
How much are you looking forward to all the talking, stopping, and being on the grid in Melbourne in a few weeks' time?
Well, you know what? I never like to wish my life away. So I don't wish that I'm at the first Grand Prix just yet. I want to make sure that I enjoy every day, every test, every moment that I get up until then. But of course, very excited. Melbourne's a great place to be. It's the perfect opener of the year. I don't think there are a better circuit we could open up. It's a bit of a street circuit, miles away, great weather, great city, and I really hope that we arrive there on the right foot this year, as we did last year. 2 weeks just before the race, we improved things and we got things on the right, and we finished. I think we finished second there last year. Let's hope that we start on the right way. I think generally the person that wins the first Grand Prix in the past, as history has shown, generally wins the championship. So that's a good indication of where we'll be.
Can this car maybe break veterans' dominance in qualifying, and how key might that be?
Yeah, I think this year with the rules, it's a lot different. The advantage that perhaps they had last year or the last couple of years, I'm hoping that they don't have that advantage that they used to have, because the rules clamp down a lot on flexi front wings. Obviously the blown diffuser has now changed, engine regs have changed, so any advantage they would have had for blowing the diffuser has gone out the door, and now everyone's starting from fresh on a clean sheet of paper. So I really hope that we're able to break that dominance that they had, and maybe have experienced that ourselves for some, because we've not experienced that for a while.
You talk about coming back rejuvenated. I think it is the final year of your contract here. I mean, is it in your mind a priority to sort that out, or are you happy to just take things as they come to begin with?
No, I definitely want to sort that out. I think at the moment there's no rush. I'm quite comfortable where I am. I think the team are keen to re-sign us, so we're just putting all the focus into making sure that we're ready for the season. But I think definitely as I start getting into, after we get the first few races out of the way, I think it's going to be important to try and tie that up, to give the team confidence, to give me, clarify my intentions and my desires and where I want to be standing in the future. But most importantly is to get ourselves started first.
Lewis, if the car is as good as you obviously hope it will be, it could be an amazing season between you and Jensen. I say that in the context of Senna Prost, Mansell Piquet, and the other great inter-team rivalries. How are you going to beat Jensen? What are his weak points? And what sort of season is that going to be like from your perspective?
Well, Jensen's a world champion, so to find weak points in any competitor is not always that easy. Jensen's a very much refined driver, very, very smooth, very correct, and he's very experienced, and so he doesn't make too many mistakes. But everyone has a breaking point, so you have to find that. And every year things change. Last year was massively strong. Wasn't really giving them too much hassle during the year to really disturb him. But I think this year I'm much clearer, much more back to myself, I think. So I think when I'm at my best, I think I'm at my best, and then that means that I'm able to compete with anyone. So I'm hoping that applies this year.
Who's quicker in the wet, Lewis or Jensen?
I don't know. I think I've had some decent races. I think if you look at my tally of wet races, I think I've won more than that I've lost. It's always been a great strength of mine, so I feel pretty strong there. But Jensen was very quick in places like Hungary last year when it was raining on the slicks, so he's pretty close.
One final question. Your friend Adrian Sutil, bad judgment for him yesterday. Your thoughts on that?
Peter, we can't really talk about it because it's still Oscar's election up here, so it wouldn't be right to talk about it.
Okay, no problem. Very best of luck, Jensen. Lewis, thank you very much.
All the best. Lewis, what's behind you getting back to your best? You said you're back to your best now.
I think it's just having the time that I've just had off. It's been able to analyse where you've been and where you've made mistakes and try to pick up on those and make sure that you correct them or you improve. this last year, I think my mind was very much clouded, very much not as focused as I wanted to be, as I should have been. And this year, I feel that I have no baggage, nothing hanging over my shoulders or covering my eyes. I feel I'm very, very clear in the mind, knowing exactly what I want to do and where I want to be, and that's being world champion this year. So I'm going to give absolutely everything this year and make sure I avoid any distractions.
There was one negative from last year that you hope to turn into a positive this season. What would that be?
It will literally just be focus.
Stay focused.
Just staying focused and just keep my eye on the game and on the ball. And that's the most important thing. It's like when you're playing golf, you keep your eye on the ball, you hit it. If you take your eye off, you miss it. So
I asked you every year, Lewis, what did you do for your birthday?
This year was fantastic. I had Nicole came and surprised me, and we went out to had a great dinner. We went bowling. I scored my highest score in bowling, which was pretty good. I trained on my birthday, but it was just generally just a really nice, peaceful, relaxing day.
Good stuff.